Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I've already primed my skin and I used my Maybelline Baby Skin Primer. And then after that I went in with my MAC foundation in the shade 8.0. So when you're blending your foundation, make sure you blend it all the way down to your neck and your hairline. So the next thing I did was went in with my concealer. And that is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow concealer. It's actually a contour color, but it's not dark enough to be a contour color for me, so I just use it for a highlighter. So I actually used two concealers. That was the first concealer I used, and then the second concealer I used was the LA Pro Concealer, the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Warm Honey. And that shade's lighter than the one that I used before that. So for contour, I went in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I used the middle shade to contour. So after that, I went in with a sponge and I blended out my concealer. One thing I noticed when I was looking back over the video is I primed my eye with the Mega Glow, the Wet n Wild Mega Glow concealer. I only primed one eye. I didn't even prime the other eye. And I didn't notice it until I did my eyebrows. I was wondering why it looked darker than the other one. But then I didn't figure it out until I watched the video over. So for contour powder, I use my CoverGirl powder, and that is in the shade Tawny. And for my setting powder, for my highlight, I use the Airspun powder in Naturally Neutral. If you're my skin complexion or darker, I do recommend that you be careful when using the powder because it can make you look a little ashy if you're not. That's why I go over it with a foundation, well, not a foundation, but a powder that's close to my skin complexion. So the powder that I used that was close to my skin complexion was the Black Radiance setting powder, and that was in the shade Golden Cashews. So for my eyebrows, I went in with my Ka-Brow, and that is in the shade 5. Make sure when you are doing your eyebrows that you don't make the front part look too dark, because you don't want to look like you have boxy eyebrows. It's not really a cute look. So for the concealer, I used my LA Pro Concealer, LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. So to contour my nose, I used my e.l.f. powder. To set the concealer that I used to prime my eyes, I went back in with my Airspun powder. For a highlighter, I went in with my Makeup Revolution strobe highlighter, and that was in the shade Gold Addict. So for the eyeshadow palette, the first one that I used was the Morphe 35B palette. And I just went in with that purple shade. So the brush that I used a blending brush at first, just to kind of blend everything out. And then to pack the color on, I used a crease brush. So for the yellow shade that I have on my eyes, I used the yellow shade that's in the Morphe 35B palette, but it wasn't coming out as pigmented as I wanted it to. So I went in with the Juvia's Palace Zulu palette, and I used that yellow shade, that yellow mustard shade. And it came out looking way more pigmented than the Morphe palette did. So I went back in, I didn't add any more of the purple eyeshadow. I just used the same brush and I blended it out to make it look smooth. So I went in with the Wet n Wild metallic eyeliner, and I kind of just added like little streaks to kind of make the color stand out a little bit more. And the eyeliner I used was the Tarte Artist eyeliner. The lashes I used were the Ardell lashes, the wispies. And then I went in with my mascara. I used the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. And to highlight my inner corners, I used the yellow shimmery shade in the Morphe 35B palette. So for my lips, I kind of just used a little bit of the yellow eyeshadow and patted it on my lips. And then after that, I went over it with a lip gloss. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys.